Alright, in this video I'll show you how you can encrypt file inside Vim with the GPG key of your I'm expecting you have your own GPG key. If you haven't one, go ahead and make one for yourself so you can use that. Okay, so without further ado, let me spawn up a terminal and let me open a file, GPG Encryption in Vim, right? So this is the file name. Okay, so if I open this and if I write some text here, I am going to show you how you can easily encrypt file with your GPG key inside Vim. Okay, I've written this. Now there is a piece of code which I'll show you which require the file name extension should be .gpg. Okay, so clearly when I open the file with Vim, I haven't given the .gpg extension, which you probably may forget to give, right? So to get over it with that until you put some sort of automated mechanism, which I did. Now if I want to encrypt this file with GPG key, all I have to do, go to the normal mode, and I bound a key which will add the GPG extension to the current file name. Okay, all I have to do, leaderen. See, it is asking me for the recipient user ID. I could have easily made it automated by I left it intentionally just to show you how it should look like. Okay, so the command I invoke, leaderen, which will prompt me like this to asking me for the recipient name for this file. Recipient name means the GPG key owner. Okay, in this case it is mine, so I write my name. Okay, and I press enter, and it says end with an empty line. You can see it is saying, you can see right now. Okay, I made it big. So current recipient and my GPG key. Okay, you can see it, right? And if I press, and it says end with an empty line. So if I press enter, okay, so now you can see on the status line that the file I have opened with Vim didn't have a .gpg extension. Now it has got a .gpg extension. Okay, so if I save this, now again it is asking me for the recipient GPG key. In this case it is mine, so if I write my name and press enter, again it will show the I intentionally left this prompting part not automated, just to show you the clear-cut thing what it is actually providing you. Okay, and it is clearly says once it found the recipient, end with an empty line. So if I press enter here, the file got saved, right? Now if I open the same file, because it has got a GPG extension, right? .gpg, okay? And if I press enter, see, now it is asking my passphrase for my GPG key. The file has been already encrypted with my GPG key. I'm sorry. So now it is asking me for my GPG key passphrase. Okay, let me enter it. Now the file got decrypted. See, super handy, right? If you want to encrypt some file with your GPG key, you can do so like this. Okay, this is the way it operates. I show you how it is the operation. It will ask you twice. Okay, so, and I'll show you what is the reason it will ask you twice while saving the file with the GPG extension with your GPG key. Okay, so now if I close this and if I invoke my notes to show you what are the codes I have inside my vim-encryption, where I get it and how it operates. Okay, if I go to my note and if I open this page, now this is a very known page, known place for every Vim fan or Vim user, right? Fandom.com. So there is an encryption page which clearly stated the operation, how it works. It says it reading once when it will ask for decryption, it will ask writing for one encryption, okay, and when it was as unencrypted swap files, which we have nullified because we do not want the encrypted file to have backup, swap and all this stuff. This is mentioned clearly here. No swap file, no undo file and no backup file, clearly mentioned it. Okay, now you can see this code. This code, it starts here. Okay, this code, it has to be in your vim-encryption to operate properly. It clearly says when the buffer read pre and the file read pre with the .gpg extension, set the vim info file to now nil. Okay, so because we don't want any trace on the vim info file. Okay, then it says when buff read pre and file read pre with the .gpg extension, set the no swap file, no undo file, no backup file. Okay, so and now it is saying switch to binary mode to read the encrypted file. Now it is saying auto cmd buff read pre, file read pre, which ends with the file extension .gpg set to binary. Okay, then it is saving it the character. Okay, so now this is exclusively for TCSH, which I'm running bash, so it is not applicable. Okay, now once it is done, it is going to, once the encryption is done and file is saved, it should go back to normal. That's what it says, set no bin. Okay, and it reverses the action it took before, so you'll get a normal environment. Okay, so this piece of code has to be inside your vim-encryption file. It starts here. it starts here, you can see the highlighting, and till that, this one, this piece of code has to be in your vim-encryption to get PGP used with Vim. To encrypt file in Vim with your GPG key, you have to have this code inside your vim-encryption. Simple. Now I have bounded the key like this. No, remap leader en short for encryption. Then I do save as. Okay, then I do, because I need to get the file name, right? So I put controls R and then percentage for the present file name. Okay, and I added the .gpg extension, which is required, which is mentioned over in the code itself. You can see it. Okay, and then I have to put another carriage return just to get things completed with a GPG extension. Unless you have a file extension, file name with a .gpg extension, the GPG encryption or decryption will not work with in Vim. Okay, that is why these code are placed inside the vim-encryption file to take effect, and the very first line mandated that the file has to have a .gpg extension. So that's what I did. I open up with a plain text file, and I decided this file has to be encrypted. So I call up in normal mode, go back to normal mode from insert mode, and press leader, in my case semicolon, leader en. It will prompt me for the file name with GPG. Then I just have to press, I don't have to do anything. It will automatically save the file name with the GPG extension. Okay, so it is super handy way to do these things. Okay, so if you want one more time, let me do it for you. Okay, file with no, encrypt file in Vim with GPG. See, I haven't given a .gpg extension. Okay, so if I open this file and if I start writing some rudimentary text, this is a file to demonstrate the GPG encryption. Ignore the spelling mistakes which gets highlighted. I'm just writing rudimentary text. Okay, so now I'm in insert mode, and the file doesn't have a .gpg extension which is required, right? So I go to normal mode by pressing escape. Then all I do, leader en, leader in my case semicolon. If I press leader en, see, look at the bottom of the screen. I make it a big, right? Zoom it. So here it is saying enter the user ID. Okay, so I have to enter, in this case it's me, and it says end with an empty line. Second time when it will prompt, you have to just press enter. Here I have to give a GPG key owner's name. Okay, see, this is my name with the GPG key attached. If I press enter, now you can see it detected my GPG key. Okay, so it says current recipient, then the GPG hash and my name attached with it, right? Now it says end with empty line. If I press enter, this file is get GPG extension. You can see at the status line, you can see it here. It added a .gpg extension to the text file I've opened with Vim. Okay, now if I save this file, okay, I'm doing WQ. Now it is asking me again, as I shown to you in that text, it is asked you for twice because it's saving the file twice on the disk. Okay, so again, if I write my name as a GPG key owner, if I press enter, now it is detected mine and it ends with an empty line as said. If I press enter, now the file gets saved. Okay, now if I wanted to open the already encrypted file, see this file, right, with I just encrypted, right? If I try to open this file again with Vim, if I press enter, see, it is asking the passphrase of my GPG key. So let me type it out. See, it decrypted and I'm inside the file. It's fun, right? It's nice. Okay, so now many of you might be, oh, Vim has got his own native encryption. All you have to do once you open a normal file, any file, okay, then if you write anything, okay, now if you do the prompt and capital X, if you do capital X on the EX prompt and press enter, see, it is asking for the encryption key, right? If I write my encryption key twice, it got encrypted. See, the lock sign has came in the status bar. You can see it here, right? It encrypted. Okay, now I save it. Now if I open it, now it is asking me my encryption again, like the PGP one, right? Now it's open. Now you said, why do you use then PGP? The first of all, Vim native encryption is comparatively weaker than what the key you make with GPG separately. It will be RSA much more stronger and you might be using that key generally in some other purpose, so that key would be much more strong. The algorithm used to make that key might be much stronger than the one native provided by Vim. Okay, I'm saying it is comparatively weak Vim native encryption than to the GPG key encryption. Okay, so that is the whole. You can use any of the method. It is using Blowfish too. Okay, the encryption mechanism Vim use by default with Blowfish 2 algorithm it uses, and when you use the GPG key, it use something different. Okay, so both the way you can encrypt file inside Vim to protect the sensitive data and use and transfer it with somebody else over the wire. So this is a facility. You might opt for it. It gives you some sort of sense or some sort of cloak to get a ring of protection. I'm not highly saying that it will do all the stuff, but it is a good way to start with. So this facility by default provide with the Vim, or you have to put that particular. I'll give you the GPG code I get from Fandom link in the description section below, so you directly go to that page, find out, read it out. If I missed out something or misinterpret something, do let me know, and you use it yourself for your own benefit. Okay, so I hope this will be useful to some people. Thanks for watching.